According to sessional order, business is now interrupted for questions. Are there any questions? Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. President, my question without notice is to the Minister for Primary Industries, Minister for Regional Water and Minister for Trade and Industry. Minister, why do the terms of reference for the Water Management and Compliance Inquiry within DPI Water exclude investigation of actions taken by former Ministers Katrina Hodgkinson and Kevin Humphries and actions taken by yourself as current Minister?
Mr. President, I thank the honourable member for his question, and obviously he's making reference to the inquiry that's being led by Mr. Ken Matthews AO, the former Chair and CEO of the National Water Commission, who's been asked by the New South Wales Government to conduct an urgent and thorough independent investigation into the issues raised by Four Corners. From the outset, Mr. President, can I acknowledge, or first of all, just outline to the House that the New South Wales Government remains committed to the Murray-Darling Basin Plan while seeking the best deal for New South Wales communities within that framework. The investigation, as I've mentioned, is off the back of the Four Corners program, which raised very serious issues around the alleged improper use in the Barwon-Darling system. Mr. President, we take all breaches of the Water Management Act 2000 seriously. It is an offence to take water in excess of your licence allocation, and substantial penalties are in place, including a maximum penalty of $1 million for an individual and $5 million for a corporation. In any given year, around 500 investigations are carried out under the Water Management Act. And Mr. Matthews has been asked to...
Hey, stop interrupting.
Mr. Matthews has been asked to provide his preliminary report by the end of this month and the final report towards the end of this year. Should he feel it necessary, Mr. Matthews' terms of reference allow him to refer any matters directly to the ICAC. And we will await the findings from Mr. Matthews' independent investigation, but rest assured, if there's a case to be answered, we will immediately take further action. So, Mr. President, if the member has anything that he would like to report further, he can do so by making contact to Mr. Matthews. If he is sitting on any information he believes needs to be reported to other authorities, I encourage him to do so, and we will get on and establish the facts through Mr. Matthews' investigation. And, Mr. President, as I've mentioned, we expect to receive an interim report by the end of the month.
Supplementary question, Mr. President.
The Leader of the Opposition on supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. President. I asked the Minister to elucidate on the answer just given, and in particular that part of his answer where he referenced there being 500 investigations, and could he inform the House how many of those investigations have resulted in enforcement action or prosecutions?
Very good question,
Adam. Mr. President, I thank the Leader of the Opposition for the supplementary question, and as I said in my earlier answer, around 500 investigations are conducted per annum. These are conducted. These are conducted by the current 47 water regulation officers in DPI Water who are authorised to undertake compliance activities, and the 69 officers in Water New South Wales which can be engaged in compliance activities. And since 2010, investigations have resulted in 27 prosecutions, 369 penalty notices, 377 stop work orders, and 30 remediation notices and 140 advisory letters.
We asked you about the 500.
Order. Question was asked, the question's being answered.
He's not answering the question.
Order! I call the Honourable Ward Searle to order for the first time.
And Mr. President, anyone can call Water New South Wales on 1300 662 077.
Point of order, Mr. President.
The Honourable Ward Searle on a point of order.
The supplementary, my point of order goes to relevance. The supplementary was very clear. We asked about the 500 investigations that he referred to. Now, he referred to a historical 27 in 2010. We want to know how many of the 500 investigations actually resulted into prosecutions.
On the point of order, Mr.
Leader of the
President.
Government on the point of order.
The honourable member is just engaging in a debating point.
Correct.
He is self-evidently.
No, you are.
Order.
Self-evidently not. I'm sorry. The minister self-evidently was being relevant in the answer he was giving.
The point of order commenced in a very good way, but it then did go into a debate. The minister was being generally relevant. The minister has the call.
The answer is no.
Mr. President, when the member reads the Hansard tomorrow, he will quite clearly see that in my first answer I said in any given year around 500 investigations are carried out under the Water Management Act. In my subsequent answer, I've said very clearly that since 2010, investigations, including where there can be up to 500 per annum, have resulted in 27 prosecutions, 369 penalty notices, 377 stop work orders, 30 remediation notices and 140 advisory letters. If anyone has anything they'd like to report, I've also given the House the number for Water New South Wales to report any issues. If you've got some information or allegations, make them or report them to the relevant authorities.